Now we review Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness! As opposed to the world of madness, which is America right now. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I have seen Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Before I get into that, of course, let me remind you that for every 1,000 subscribers I get, I do purchase one of these bracelets from the company 4Ocean, and 4Ocean pulls a pound of trash out of the ocean every time I do that. So, if you would like to end the madness of a dirty ocean, you can support my channel by commenting, liking, and subscribing. Now then, this movie begins with a woman and Doctor Strange running from something that looked like my sister farted it out. And, then Doctor Strange wakes up and finds out that it wasn't that much of a dream, and that his dreams are showing him something in another universe, another reality. So our dreams are apparently ourself in another reality. So when you're sitting in class butt naked, forgetting to have studied for the test, my cat is just not shutting up. That's reality somewhere. That's actually happening to you. How are people coming to school butt naked in other realities, Doctor Strange? How? Anyway, so yeah, again, people are kind of disappointed by this movie. I don't see why. It is a solid movie. It is an enjoyable movie. I would even say put it high on your watch list. I really liked it. One thing you do have to understand is that there are kind of cameos from heroes from other realities. Alright? Much like Spider-Man No Way Home, only it's not as well entombed in the story, and it's not things that you've really seen before. I mean, there's like Patrick Stewart as Professor X, but he's not Professor X in the X-Men from the Sony films. He's Professor X from a particular cartoon series, in a floating wheelchair. So again, this is one of those things. And this movie is really DC in the concept of that cat won't shut up. And, like, they are seriously out to wreck some fools in this. Like, seriously, you have other realities losing superheroes like they're nothing. And this is one thing that I actually have to say. It's like, look, it doesn't have the impact if it's another reality. Because, I mean, we just see this all the time. Heroes from a different reality get wiped. It's just that simple. And whereas one thing about this movie is you see on the cover that the Crimson Witch is in it. And one of the things I like about this movie is you finally see the Crimson Witch seriously throw down. I did not see WandaVision. I am not familiar with that movie, and your enjoyment of this movie will depend somewhat on having seen WandaVision. Okay, that will strengthen your time with the characters and how you feel about them. However, I did not see it. I watched the movie. I still enjoyed it. But again, when I watched the X-Men cartoon series that came out when I was a kid, the Crimson Witch could wreck some fools. She was powerful. She made Magneto blush. And in this movie, she is that powerful. The only problem, of course, is that she is still fighting Patrick Stewart as Xavier, and that Xavier, his mind is a weapon of mass destruction. So, no. I mean, I understand the Crimson Witch being able to pwn Reed Richards, because Reed Richards is a rubber band man. Rubber band man he shouldn't be that cool anyway. But you do realize that this is Xavier, easily one of the most powerful mutants on the planet, easily one of the most powerful heroes. I mean, if he were actually going up against what the Avengers went up against, he should literally be able to go up to Thanos the Mad Titan and go, Gleep, you're a 2-year-old. You don't remember what you're doing. That's one of those problems I've always had with the use of Xavier in movies, is they never use his powers properly. He's just one of those things. What would you do if you had the power to control minds? Would you sit there and be ethical when lives are at stake? No, that's unethical. You use the power however you need to. And I mean, if you just could do things like, say, turn off somebody's vision so they can't see what's going on, that makes the fight a lot more interesting and a lot less one-sided. And that's just one of those things about this movie is like, yeah, the fights are fine, but they're a little silly and a little one-sided, and it's like, why does that big tentacle monster with the eyeball that looks like Starro, only on crack, why can that hold its own against the Sorcerer Supreme? I mean, if he can cut a bus in half, why can't he cut that in half? But you set that aside and you enjoy the movie. It's a movie with wonderful visuals and interesting characters and fan favorites. If you're a comic book nerd, you're going to absolutely love this movie. If you're not a comic book nerd, if you like action movies and blockbusters, you'll be satisfied enough. It's no Endgame, but it's a solid movie. I definitely recommend you put this on your watch list. I'm Richard.
Salutations, plebeians! It is I, Stephen Miller, emissary and advisor to his dark orange lordship and the real President Donald Trump, reminding you to comment on and like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, or I will suck out your eyes and feed them to my 2 tarantulas, Meredith and Red Bill!